Hi, now I'm going to do the same kind of repair. I want to show you step by step on this one, just on removing the window. What we have here is an old style crank door or window that's failed, and we're changing it over to a dual pane. I've went ahead and I've removed trim that was all the way around. A lot of times we have to try removing it from outside. This one, fortunately, I can remove from the inside. First thing I got to do is there's actually nails, two here. Two there, two here, one here, one here. Hopefully this one will be pretty straightforward. So I'm going to go and cut it. A couple of different ways. With this one I like using a grinder. And this grinder actually has a cutoff wheel that's used for ceramic tile. Basically, the difference of this, it lasts a lot longer than either the grinding or the cutoff wheels. This one's made out of metal, and it has diamond blades or diamond chips embedded into the blade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some glasses on here, start cutting. Okay, so there's fewer than what I thought. The other way would have been, because I had access with it, I could have used a Sawzall with a multi-purpose nail blade. Make sure there's no others. And cut the nails off, as you can see here. Sorry it's so dark in here. So the other thing what I'm going to do is take and use a pry bar to loosen up, pull the metal, which bends it, hopefully make it a little bit easier to pull out. Now this is kind of embedded with stucco and stuff, and you can see a little bit of rot here with the wood. It just goes to show how this window's failed over time. These are older ones, without proper maintenance and stuff. You could run into a lot of problems. It's always best to change these things out, save you on your energy costs, both not only summertime, wintertime, and I forgot a nail here, which is not a big deal because I can cut that off. Sometimes you can get a crowbar behind that and get it popped out. Much quicker with the attachments that I have on my saws and stuff. I've learned over the years the types of tools Okay, so window may get a little stuck on this stucco on the outside. Expect some damage on some things and none on the other. It's always a good rule of thumb. Expect to get extra stuff like stucco, wood, so on and so forth. Okay, windows out. Take my hammer, those nail heads that I cut off may have left if I didn't cut it down far enough, like over here. Just nail it in. Not a big deal. And this one down here. We get this all cleaned up and we'll be back. So what we have here, we got it removed. Now the new window that we have actually is a little bit, we did a dry fit on it. It's got somewhat of a gap. So what I'm going to do to prevent water intrusion at the bottom, I'm going to bring this window all the way up. I'm going to put some shims under here, which I pre-cut. I had to custom make them. Get everything sealed up. But what I'm going to use is the paintable silicone in white. This is the high grade stuff, lifetime guarantee on it. I'm going to get the corners. The edging, because we don't want this water to protrude back in the house or even underneath the stucco. If I can get the stupid cap off. Now there's a couple of different caulks. Actually, there's quite a few different caulks. Don't get this stuff confused with acrylic latex caulk. This is inferior to this. This one actually has silicone based in it. And this silicone is paintable. Be careful if you get the clear silicone. It is not paintable. I'll have a picture of that for you online as well. If I can find my nail to pop the little protective. Now I'm going to do on the outside, I'm going to make sure I use this as well from the window to the stucco. I want to make sure I have good coverage of it. And you notice how I'm getting all the corners and stuff. I want to make sure that there's no water protrusion coming in from this. Make sure I get all the way around as well. So we get a good seal. Now, even though there's nothing up here, that's going to have to get fixed later on. Yes, hi.
Hi. Royce, by any chance, do you have the new owner's number?
So I got that all the way around. I'm going to throw my window in, make sure my weep holes right here are on bottom and outside. Which is the other reason why I had am shimming it up from the bottom is because on the outside, which you won't be able to see right now, the weep holes actually went down below the stucco, which prevents proper water escaping. It'll get underneath the stucco, and then from there it could possibly, when water freezes, it could pop the stucco and create other damage. So I'm going to grab a couple of screws here, make sure everything is basically secured up and squared. So the bottom needs to go in over here. Remember, recess it in a little bit and you can back it off. I'm going to close the window here. Add one at the top. My window was just a little out of square for the opening. It's a little better. Now these, sometimes you can't get an absolute perfect fit on it. Looks like this side has to go up. So I'm going to loosen this one up. Allow this one to raise up. Push it back in. Better. Better. Now you can still see a gap under here, which that'll have to get filled in with some spray foam. I'll be able to actually get this out here. I'll be able to add a little bit of spray foam up here, down here. There'll have to be a little bit of finishing touches on here, which the owner's going to do. And I'll be able to get all this sealed up as best as possible. I'm just going to peel away some of this old paint and caulking and stuff. That way I can get a good bond on this material.